A junior outside hitter number 3, Steven Lopez. A sophomore center number 5, Edward Brinker. Senior outside hitter number 13, Nick Godino. Sophomore middle blocker number 16, Adam Tacos. And a sophomore middle hitter number 17, Renee Boucher. And the group numero today is a senior number 1, Riakos Severstides. And coach of the Kansas State Edwards and the assistant coaches Christine and Garnasio. Now let's play ball.
Good evening, and we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Sunday. Good morning, actually. You understand what we're talking about, though. It might be the morning, but everyone here is awake. Medgar Evers coming into the Baruch Arc Arena today. Medgar Evers doing their normal hype up. Baruch College over here waiting to get set up. Both CUNY teams looking to attack and play some great volleyball today. Baruch coming in with an 8-8 overall record, 3-0 in the CUNY division, while Medgar Evers is coming in with a record of 10-0 with a 3-0 record in CUNY. The Bearcats are going to have Steven Lopez, the captain, starting off to serve. Coach Kevin Edwards likes to start off with Steven Lopez jump serving. He has a consistent, nice, hard serve. Goes deep. Medgar Evers goes with the outside attack to start off the match. Baruch replies with an outside attack. Off the hands and point goes to the Bearcats. The Bearcats find themselves up, grabbing the first point of the match. We got 3 games today. Lopez going for the second jump serve. Outside set. Naya St. Clair going outside, attacking that angle. Deep area 5. He ties up the game 1-1. Jump serve coming from Medgar. Kyriakos Semertidis is there. Outside set to Godino, and Godino puts the ball away. Finding a kill, going straight back to the net and calling out positions. Evan Tacos goes deep with the jump serve. Out to Nias again, this time off the hands but collected by Medgar. Baruch, all 3 options. Bump set to Godino, and Godino gets another kill. Number 2, Sebastian from Medgar Evers got a hand on that ball but couldn't get that left shoulder to face back into the court. Ball gets passed out of bounds. Great touch, though. 2-point pass. Ball goes over. And number 16 for Medgar Evers. 18, I apologize. Romel, understanding that the middle blocker for Baruch was serving. So he throws it over on 2, and a great point right there. Way to pay attention. Going back, collecting the ball. 3 ball and many.
Medgar Evers 2.
Many, one of the nation's best blockers. He's got one of the highest blocking percentages in all of the nation, including D1, NAIA, and D3. Quick set to Godino. He goes for the smart swing, high hands, but just misses the hands. Ball goes out of bounds. Medgar Evers trails 3-4. Nice hard float serve. Outside to Andrew. And to Soros. Takes a nice hard swing, but that ball lands just an inch or two out of bounds. Another nice hard serve from Medgar, causing some chaos for Baruch. Pipe set. And Medgar Evers feeding the hot hand right now. Number 8, Nias. Freshman from St. Lucia. Goes for another float. This time Andrew gets them out of the rotation. Godino float serve. 3-point pass. They're going pipe. Back to Nias again. Some chaos caused. Picked up, and they go pipe again. This time it's blocked. Baruch was ready.
Number 13, Godino serving. Everyone's again. Checks in for Medgar Evers. Godino serving for the Bearcats.
Number 3, Emmanuel, coming back onto the court. Free ball to the Bearcats. Kyriakos is there. Red ball. And there's a net violation on number 3. Confirmed, yeah, Emmanuel. Nice 3-point pass from Nias. One-handed grab. Nias showing control all over the court as Medgar Evers is there for the point. And that's why we cover.
Number 6, Ron Humphrey.
Jump float, goes after Kyriakos. Out to Meni, picked up by the setter. The set is out though, tipped. And Meni Musheyev throwing that ball back down.
Berkeley, 6-6. Musheyev will serve.
Float serve from Meni. Goes after the front row outside. It's a 3-point pass. All 3 options were there. But the setter, number 18, Romel Carter.
Number 17, Musheyev, serve.
Just couldn't control it. There's a double. Another nice pass. Another double called on the Medgar Evers setter.
I woke up Wednesday morning, Thursday, Friday.
Meni going for another float serve, and it trickles over the net for a point. Medgar Evers calls their first time out at 11-6. The Bearcats have a 5-point lead. Stay with us. We'll be back in 1 minute. And we are back live. Manny Misheyev going back for another float serve. Outside set. Medgars goes off the hand. Smart swing. Number 14, the sophomore, Austin, coming in to serve here. Float serve goes after the front row outside. Middle attack. But Edward just can't get that ball into the window of Tacos. That ball was set a little short. He took a swing. Especially for those one balls, you gotta get it into the hitter's window. Out to Andrew, and Andrew puts the ball away. Austin serving, coming back to the bench as number 7, Joven, comes back onto the court. Andrew Tesores serves for the Bearcats. Down the line for an ace jump serve. Great serve from Andrew, the Springfield transfer. He's been doing great things this season for the Bearcats. Let's see if he goes back down the line again or if this time he goes back into the court. The libero is sitting cross court, goes after the outside. Front row attack and a great swing. Kyriakos Semertides is there for the touch on the ball, but just did not get it angled back into the court. Great swing from number 3. Nicodino with the save. D-ball. And they're calling Edward on the double. You got to make a clean contact. Jump float. Goes out to Lopez. And Nicodino and Evan Tacos are there. A little miscommunication on who's taking the ball. Float serve, nice pass from Kyriakos, goes into the rafters. Lopez goes deep roll shot. As what looked to be another double slips out of his hands, and it's a 1-ball attack. Medgar Evers trails by 1 now. Lopez has a nice tip over the block. A lift called. Lopez, nice jump serve. Medgars goes with a 1-ball. Lopez back for his second serve. Bump set outside. Athanias goes deep, aims for a hand and just misses. Ball goes out of bounds. Medgar is down 4 points now. Lopez back for his third serve. As that ball was kind of set off the net, Nias had to wait and then go in. As they run an X combination, and Nias burying that ball. That's on the Bearcats though right there. They understand that the setter is front row The middle blocker had some push over. And with a lack of communication, Medgar sneaks away with a little combo play as Godino comes back but hits that ball just outside. They call no touch as Medgar now trails 3 points. Nice serve going after the front row outside, but Nick Godino knows how to reply. Evan Tacos coming in, the middle blocker right here. Goes jump serve. Outside to Nias. And Nias finds the corner. The head ref calls out though. Jump serve almost lands as an ace. They go straight, quick ball to the middle, and Many finds a point. Bearcats take a 6-point lead now. This time Evan Tacos jump serve goes into the net. Medgars gets out of the rotation. As the Bearcats lead 20-15. Medgar Evers, setter goes back row. That means all 3 of their options are now available. And Godino knows that the setter's back row and purposely tips to the setter. Takes the setter out of that situation, and that ball got passed too high, goes into the antenna. And Godino, the senior, making intellectual plays. The Baruch setter, Edward, now going back row to serve. Medgar Evers had 2 people there on that ball, but they didn't get 2 hands on it. 1 hand slaps the ball away. Medgar Evers calls their second and final time out of the set. 22-15, the Bearcats lead. Stay with us here in set number 1. And the Bearcats coming back into set number 2, up by 7, 22-15. Ball goes down the line and out. Medgar Evers, great call. Nice timeout by head coach Teresa Rodriguez. Ball goes Godino, outside set. This one goes off Nias' platform. He was there for the touch, but just couldn't control it. Godino bringing just enough heat. Nick going back with a float serve. Tipped over on 2. Kyriakos with the high ball set to the outside position. This time they go back again with a 5 set as Andrew meets for a joust at the net, but nets as Medgar Evers grabs their 17th point. The Bearcats are 2 points away from clinching the first set. But it is volleyball, so you gotta get all 25 points to win as Medgar grabs their 18th point. Number 3 getting up there for 1 touch and touching the ball twice. As both teams are fighting here early. Outside set, tips. Ball goes into the middle. Lopez is there, but a second net on Andrew. As number 14, Austin, comes in to serve. The Cougars setter goes front row, and now they have 2 options available with Nias coming out of the pipe. The Bearcats right now are running with 3-man front row. As they go bump set to the middle. You don't see that too often. But the Bearcats close out set number 1 with a roof. Andrew Suarez might net once or twice, but he finishes the game off with a block. Bearcats take the first set 25-19. Stay with us, and we'll be back in 2 minutes. Good morning and welcome back live to set number 2. We're getting some lineup checks right now. We've got a great CUNY game, a great CUNY Tri-Match today. It's Sunday. It might be raining outside, but inside the gym, we got some good volleyball going on and a lot of good games today. Medgar Evers went down set number 1 as the Bearcats took it. The Cougars are going to have to look to Nias for a little more offense to get them out and a little bit more of transition offense to help them out this set. Missing that first serve, though, giving the first point away won't help. As this time, instead of having Steven Lopez for the first serve, Coach has Evan Tacos for the first server. And now that puts Many in the front row to start with Edward. So that's 2 options right now, Many and Nicodino. So Coach is going for more of a defensive spot right here. Two ball picked up by Lopez. Godino going outside, sending some chaos. Sets out. Many goes with a quick set. Picked up by Kyriakos. Way to cover as Andrew sends over a free ball. Medgar to reply. And the ball goes out of bounds. Nias goes long. Edward, the setter, goes back to serve. That brings Andrew up front, and now all 3 options for offense are open for Baruch. 3-point pass, over on 2, but Kyriakos is there. A big set to Lopez. As once again, Nias drops that shoulder, takes a little bit off, and goes long. Nias has got to trust himself a little bit here and just swing. Just go hard, deep corners. And just because there's 4 hands there, it means that he needs to attack harder. They go back to Nias. This time he sends one at Kyriakos, and Kyriakos can't control it. Nias is a good overall volleyball player. He can bump, set, and spike. Serving is in his utility belt also. The freshman will be a CUNY problem to come. As the second serve for Medgar Evers goes into the net as the Bearcats have 4 points. If Medgar Evers wants to take this second set, they got to keep the ball in play and give their team an opportunity as the Bearcats do the same. 2 of the 3 points Medgar Evers has right now have been given to the Cougars. It's more of a standing jump float from Nias as we go back. Red ball picked up. Transition set. No touch. And the Bearcats build another wall. Going up 5-3. Many going back to serve. Has had more of a consistent serve and defense this year than last year, which is great improvement for the sophomore. Hard down ball. Attempted to be sent over, but Nias has that go into the middle of the net. Point Bearcats, and the Bearcats now take a 6-3 lead. Many with the jump float, and that ball goes into the net. The Cougars have scored 4 points, 3 of them coming from Bearcat service errors. The score right now could be 9-1. Instead, we have 6-4. Evan Tacos reaching up high, getting to that apex. Left arm up, right arm following through, and just placing that into the black hole, into the middle of the court. Andrew going back to jump serve. That means the Baruch setter is now front row. Back to two options. Kyriakos is there. Nicodino with the touch. Lopez sends it back over. Medgar's to reply. Quick back set, and it was just too much power. As Medgar closing that gap, 7-5, Bearcats lead. And the Cougars missing their fourth serve of the match. Cougars have missed 4 while the Bearcats have missed 3 this match, and we're at a score of 8-5. Godino joust with the setter. And a nice swing down the line, showing shoulders to the angle and just finishing down the line. Great swing. A block from the Cougars. That brings us to a score of 8-7. Bearcats are up 1. Bearcats did take the first set here, but Medgar Evers is still coming in with a record of 10-0, 3-0 in the CUNYAC division. Godino putting the ball away. But Teresa Rodriguez, the head coach of Medgar, has been here for a while. She's been improving this program every single year, and now the Cougars are at a 10-0 record to start off the season. Teresa Rodriguez really improving this program. Nias goes up and swings hard. You could hear it from him, and you saw it. Even though he got blocked, that was a 3-man block, and that was a great swing. Especially as a volleyball player, you just got to keep swinging. Jake Marischal Rudin coming in for the ace, the 5th-year senior. With a few concussions from last year, Jake has really turned into a great serving specialist for the Bearcats here. Coming in and just dropping some serves. Free ball given. Nice high pass. Out to Godino. And Jake, the defensive specialist, foot on the line, doesn't go any further. Just lets the ball fall there. Great play by Jake. Another nice hard serve going after the front row outside. A back one, but Godino just drifted a little bit. He got both hands there, but he just drifted 4 or 5 inches. You got to get up, get your feet there, go straight up, straight down. Jump serve coming in. Out to Godino. He goes angle, and the Cougars net as the Bearcats find their 13th point.
Number 5, Edward will serve.
Edward, the sophomore setter for Baruch, coming back. Tight pass. Godino goes up with the setter. Many goes up with the middle. But that ball got tipped just over the fingertips of both the blockers. Float serve. Godino's there. Tight pass. Takes the ball off his platform but falls. and no one is there for the setter. Ball falls down on Medgar Evers' side as Baruch takes a 14-10 lead. More confusion from Medgar Evers as the new setter comes in, goes for a 2-ball, and the middle runs a 1. Timeout called by Medgar Evers. We'll be back in 1 minute. Float serve goes over. Back set to Nias is there, but doesn't get the kill. Bearcats defense. Another back set. This one's got to go angle. Out to Andrew, but Andrew just drifts a little bit, and that ball finds the floor, but out of bounds. Point Cougars. The offensive weapon for Medgar Evers goes back row now. As many can't keep that ball in. Back 1, but just can't tip it in. Float serve. Picked up as Lopez goes deep angle. Jake Marischau-Rudin, Mr. Ladybug, coming out right now. As many, the middle blocker goes back to serve. Float serve goes over at the libero. Outside set. Throws a stutter step by number 3, Emmanuel. Looks like he went in just a couple half steps early, threw off the whole timing. As Many goes back for another serve. Ball goes back row. Number 7 takes a swing. Edwards there. A pick to Nick, and Godino just goes short with it. Nice eye from Nick. Many going for another float serve. This one lands out of bounds as Medgar Evers collects their 14th point. Evan Tacos tipping into the middle. An area that the Cougars have not been able to cover this game. Jump serve coming in, and Andrew goes just long. Coach Kevin Edwards coming with a double sub here. We're doing Edward for Artem and Stallone for Andrew. That means new setter, new opposite combination. Stallone starting in the back while Artem, the 6'5 sophomore, junior, I apologize about that. Artem is a junior. And the 6'5 junior coming in and starting early down the line off the chest. Artem finds a point. As Baruch puts up their biggest off defensive blocking rotation here with Gadino to start, Artem and the middle blocker, Evan Tacos. This is going to be a rotation for Baruch. Bearcats take a 7-point lead. Steven Lopez going back to serve. That ball lands in for an ace, and it is good. Count it. Lopez this time drops a short serve. And Medgar Evers looks like they're running a front one while the middle blocker is on a back one. A little bit more miscommunication from Medgar Evers. If they can clean up a couple of those mistakes, cut back on some of these points. Going after Nias, outside set. And that one is thrown, but it's thrown into the net. Steven Lopez going back for point. 24-14. Going after the front row outside. Pipe set to Nias. Dug by Kyriakos. Stallone is there as Steven Lopez keeps it in. The outside set blocked, but Medgars is there. Blocked again, but Stallone is caught standing. That's a hard ball to react to. That's why you got to be on your toes. Great reaction by Stallone. Just wasn't quick enough, though. That's a hard ball off the hands from a block. Gadino's there, keeping it in play. Sending it deep. What a great smart shot. Calling 3 out. And that scares Nias to hit out of bounds. But they're calling a touch on the ball. At 24-16. Medgar Evers is holding on here. Going at Kyriakos. And Evan Tacos. Medgar Evers has got to know that there's still 3-man up. You got to go with the middle blocker. You can't be jumping with the setter. Bearcats roll into set number 2 as they take a 2-set lead, 25-16. Stay with us. And welcome back. The 8-8 Bearcats are taking on the 10-0 Medgar Evers Cougars. Both teams looking very well. Both teams are coming in with a 3-0 CUNY record. And both teams looking really strong for the CUNY division this year. Medgar's has some new freshmen, some new faces on the team. It'll be their first year in the CUNY system, being very well coached, very well prepared. Especially look for this Medgar's team to make a deep CUNY playoff run. You might see this rematch in the CUNY quarters or CUNY semifinals. Wouldn't even doubt it to be in the CUNY finals. As Medgar Evers. Quick talk to coach, and they come back in. 3-point pass. Quick one ball. Boom. Medgar Evers takes point number 1 in set 3. As Kareem, the senior, goes back to serve. Artem goes deep, and this time Coach Kevin is looking to stay with Artem and Stallone in the third set. Kevin has a lot of options here with Artem and the other opposite, Andrew. Artem can play front row outside hitter for Steven Lopez, while Andrew plays opposite, and Artem can also play opposite while Steven Lopez, Nicodino, or Andrew passes. Stallone goes back to Artem again. Nice high swing. Down ball, great swing. Sent outside to Godino, and Godino says, I'm going to tip, and I'm going to keep tipping until you guys dig this ball. You got to cover those tips. And once again, the ball just finds that black hole in the middle of the court. And Godino, the senior outside hitter, with more smart shots. As Edward, float serve trickles over the net, and you heard it hit the ground. Nice touch from the libero. The freshman Sebastian, way to get his feet there. Just not quick enough, though. This time Edward goes deep. Out to Nias. They get 3 men up, but Lopez just can't get a paw under that ball. He got a touch on it, but just couldn't scoop it up. You really want to keep that hand wide open and just slap that ball when it gets to you. Jump serve. Unleashed from Cougars. That causes Baruch to give a down ball. They're there. Nias goes up and over. They're calling that ball out, but that was a great swing. Phenomenal swing from the freshman. As Baruch continues to go after him in the passing rotation. And Nias can get up there. The apex he has to just reach up there and find his box. Snap that wrist. Godino goes back again to the front row hitter. A back set's got to go angle, but just too sharp. That ball goes into the net as the Bearcats find themselves up 6-3 early in the third set. Godino going short this time. Medgar's going back. Way to save it. Might have been a little bit of a lift, but it's called. You got to play. As Hanbin is just not there to pick up Nias' swing. Kyriakos Semertizides, the libero for Baruch, is out right now. while Hanbin Lee comes in for a few more repetitions. That's a good call from Coach Kevin Edwards. Kyriakos does have a couple knee issues right now, a little bit of the legs, giving him some time off, getting Han some reps. Han has been able to push Kyriakos to be one of the top liberos in the CUNYAC division the last couple years. As Nias, the freshman, losing track of where the setter's at. Baruch has 3 men up. They had 2 committed to the middle, going for that setter dump. With a quick flick of the wrist back, Andrew goes down the line and buries a ball. Comes back, nice touch from the boys. Andrew and Tacos get the block, but that ball goes out of bounds. You got to angle that left hand back into the court. Nice hard serve at the front row outside. Evan Tacos with a smart decision to tip to the setter, take the setter out. Low set, but Andrew deals with it. And they take a 9-5 lead. Jump serve goes down the line. Outside set. And this one's smashed. Andrew can only gator as Edward comes out, the setter for Artem the opposite. And Andrew, the opposite, comes out for the setter Stallone. Baruch right now is sticking with 3 options front row at all times. So every time the setter comes front row and that leaves 2 hitters in the front with the setter, they rotate that setter out and bring Stallone and Artem in. Float serve goes short and into the net. Cody Ramsey, the freshman. Jump serve from Lopez. Back one, and it's buried. There's the connection they've been looking for all game. Great set, way to be up early, nice swing. The Cougars have the tools. And that exactly shows why they are a serious 10-0 team. Evan Tacos, the middle blocker for the Bearcats, goes back to jump. Sent deep towards the outside. Net called on Artem, number 11. Point goes to the Cougars as they find themselves down 11-8. Nice jump float for the ace. Number 3, Emmanuel, the sophomore. That ball just dropped. What a great serve. Another nice serve. This one's at Han. Many just sends it over. And that's why it's so important for a middle to be up early before the setter sets the ball. Baruch right now letting Artem serve while Andrew checks in for the setter Stallone. That means that there's no setter on the court right now for the Bearcats. So Coach Kevin Edwards is going for a full defensive rotation right here. Let's see how this goes. They're up 13-9. Ball gets hit out of bounds. Artem. Heavy jump serve, but it goes into the middle of the net as the sophomore Edward Grinberg comes back on, the Brooklyn native, leading his team very well this year. As a freshman last year, there might have been 1 or 2 issues. It's hard to come in as a freshman setter and lead the team. You are the quarterback. It's hard to get in everyone's face, tell them exactly what you want. And this year, he has improved so much, doing so well with the confidence, holding himself. And if the Bearcats are going to be a serious good team this year, they're going to need that confidence and that serious commitment from the setter. And Edward's doing a great job at that. He is young. He's only a sophomore right now, so there's still so much room to grow. He's not even an upperclassman. So he's got some exciting, ball goes into the net. Some exciting growth to come in the next few years, especially going to lead the Bearcats with his settings. Stallone's here now. Godino goes back row. Nice, hard controlled shot goes into the corner. Great swing. Nice float serve. Steven Lopez is there. Ball sent over on 1. Blocked by Medgar Evers. The Cougars coming up big. You can hear the whole entire bench, head coach, Teresa, everyone's here in the gym. Float serve, going after Godino. Back to Andrew. That ball goes off the antenna. And they're going to call replay with the antenna breaking. Not breaking, but coming off. And if you stay with us, this is the 10 a.m. match. Coming up at noon, we have Medgar Evers taking on York. And right after that at 2 p.m., York versus the Baruch Bearcats. We've got an exciting full day of volleyball here. All 3 matches. 3 great CUNY teams. And all 3 teams looking to add more points to their record this year. You got to separate yourself from all the other CUNY teams to get that pivotal 1 and 2 spot with the bye. The top 2 teams in CUNY get a bye every single year, while the other teams have to battle it out in an extra game. And if you can just avoid that, the math is on your side and it's easier to get into the finals. You don't have to risk injuries. You get to sit out 1 whole extra day. That game is usually played on Tuesday, while CUNY finals follows on Thursday or Friday. That'll be April 17th this year, I believe. April 14th, the week of. Dunk from the Cougars. Number 18, Ramel. The freshman 5'10" setter. Lopez going with that hard cross court. Going 4-4 and finds a kill. Andrew going back to serve. A dump again. This time Andrew's there. Jake with the back set over. Outside. Doug. Jake goes up. Nice swing. Down ball given. A free ball sent back. That's a present. Let's see what Medgars can do. And he goes high hands, finds a kill. Point for the Cougars, 18-14. As Edward, the setter for the Bearcats, comes off. Artem, the big guy, 6'5", comes back on. Stallone, the setter, comes on for Andrew. Stallone goes back row. Artem goes front row. 3 options open for the Bearcats. Short serve to the front row outside, Steven Lopez. But they go to Artem, and Artem goes down the line. Stallone with a great set. As both outside switch, Nick Godino comes front now as Lopez goes back. And Baruch with another big blocking lineup. Godino, Marishal Rudin, and Artem. Lopez is going to have a hard job here this season keeping the ball in for this rotation. This is their best rotation, and he's got to make his serves for that. Especially keeping balls in. While the Bearcats have these 3 front row, they need to keep balls in and make teams lose the play rather than giving teams just free points. Still a lot of season left, and we're getting better every single game. But this has got to be the rotation where the Bearcats get most of their points. 20-15 here in set number 2. I'll say it again, it's a great day for volleyball. We got 3 matches today. York is already in the building. A bump set back. And the hammer, cross-grain bump set. What control from number 18, Ramel. Great bump set. Everyone thought he was going outside. As Medgars gets Baruch to cause some trouble. They're there with the ball. 1 ball. Stallone with the dig, but it goes into the net and falls down. Medgars comes away with the point. Ladies and gentlemen, 20-17 right now. Jump float goes at Hanbin. Back set. This one goes off the hands. Artem with the heavy jump serve ace, and the Bearcats take 21-17. Timeout called by Medgar. Set number 3, the Bearcats are trying to take this one. Stay with us. Welcome back to Arc Arena. We are live in set number 3. We've got some of the top CUNY teams right now playing against each other. 22-17. Nice down the line serve. Way to keep it in. Nice pass from Nias. Causes some chaos. And a block for Medgar Evers. Godino. The ball was set a little bit low, but the senior just took a nice hard swing. I love to see that from Nick. If anything, we need to see Nick get blocked more. He's got a challenge. He challenges that block so well. And especially as a volleyball player, you get blocked. If you're not getting blocked, you're doing something wrong. That's the fun part about volleyball is you can do everything perfect. You can block, bump, set, and spike perfect and still lose the point. As Andrew goes deep, area 5, catches the freshman number 5, Cody, off guard. He gets his one hand up, but can't get the second one there. Baruch has 23-18 lead. Middle serve off the head of many. Hahn chases it to the bleachers. It almost looked like he was about to dive into the bleachers. At the last second, chose not to. Number 14, Austin, the sophomore, coming back to serve. That one goes long. The Bearcats don't chase after it. 24-19. Last sub. Match point for many right here. Let's see the Bearcats take this in one point. Ball goes over, out to Nias, off the hands, but it's dug. Edward gives it some life, and Lopez finishes the game. El Capitan, as they call him, Steven Lopez. Great swing, deep corner, area 5. As the Bearcats take the third set and the whole match in 3, 25-19. Great game from both teams. The Bearcats improve to 9-8 and go above 500, 4-0 in CUNY, as Medgar takes their first loss of the season and goes to 10-1 and goes from 3-0 in the CUNY division to 3-1. But Medgars, keep your eye out for them. They are looking well. If they can bring in a couple of their aspects and just have a couple of things connect, this is a very dangerous team. We have the next game coming on at noon. We will be live here in Arc Arena with York versus Medgar. And then for you Bearcat fans, we'll be back live at 2 p.m. today with York versus Bearcats.